Hey Gemini, welcome to your monthly reading for March. Let's dive in and see what March has in store for you guys. Messages for Gemini for the month of March. Hope you guys are doing well. All right. Messages for Gemini. All right. I have receive, open, receptivity, opening up, generosity, gifts, and assistance. Okay, so this might be a time where maybe you're just needing to just remain open, maybe open-minded, open to receiving help, open to receiving guidance, and just kind of being in a place where you're just kind of like allowing things to just kind of be as they are, not really thinking one way or another, not being too closed-minded about something, and not really getting into a place where, you're expecting things to play out in a very specific way, just kind of being in that relaxed state of flow. All right, I have the door of dreams coming out for you in the month of March. And so this might be just that you are, really looking at options of maybe making your dreams come true. And that can be an area of career. It can be starting a new business. It can be starting a family, buying a new home, relocating, traveling. It can be all of these things that are opening up whatever your, most heartfelt dreams and desire is. That's kind of what's going to be encompassed here in the month of March. And so it's just saying, hey, things aren't always going to play out exactly the way that you hope that they will. So don't get yourself kind of in a state where you're so closed-minded that you're just kind of like, yep, it has to look this way, it has to be this way, and it's going to be smooth sailing and everything's going to be good. So, it's okay to have a positive mindset, but to not really box yourself into things needing to be a very specific way for them to be, exactly how you want them to be positive and happy in your life. So be open to those things is what it's saying here. We have action and reaction. So again, this is just kind of saying, hey, you might be getting in your mind, oh, I got to act on this dream. I have this opportunity. Now's the right time. And you may be feeling a little bit of a sense of rush to take action on this. And that might be something that is needed to do. Sometimes when we're given opportunities, and they knock on our door, we need to strike while the iron's hot. And so we can be, a little bit of like, have this feeling inside where we need to like, I just need to do something and I need to act on this and I need to do this. And you have all this little energy built up of excitement and just ready to get going and start on things. And so this is just kind of giving you a little bit of a guidance to say, hey, before you just are quick to act, make sure that you just kind of take a step back, make sure things are playing out positively, and then take those guided actions as you feel them, not necessarily rushing because you feel you need to get these things done or that this opportunity won't play out. Because when we have the door of dreams energy coming out, it's just saying that this is something that not only that you dreamed of, but it's something that's very much in alignment with your path and what's meant to be for you. Okay, so you can take, comfort in knowing that this isn't going to pass you by. Anything that's meant for you will never pass you by. So you can relax in knowing that, Gemini. All right, I have flight, and it's saying, let's rise to the sky. Okay, so this is also saying, allow yourself to dream, remain open and optimistic about this dream and this new path, and allow yourself to soar to new heights that maybe you didn't expect you'd ever go, maybe you never dreamed of being and going, maybe you never thought was possible or that it would ever happen and play out. Maybe you've already had a career and you never thought in a million years that you'd ever go out, on your own and live your dreams. And so this is saying, this is the time to just kind of let all possibilities play out. Allow yourself to be pleasantly surprised by the things that go in the way that they're going to go. And so that way you can kind of be surprised in those moments when, little miracles kind of come into play and things just kind of work out. Let's get into the recent past for Gemini, please. Recent past for Gemini for March. Recent past for Gemini, please. All right, for the recent past, we have the Two of Wands. This is really getting into a place where we're getting clear. We're setting that intention of saying, all right, do I stay on the path that I've always been? The well-trodden path is just kind of the path of old. It's the old way that we've done things. And maybe we've always done a 9 to 5 job. Maybe we've just loved the security and stability of that. And maybe you were raising a family. And so it was important to have that 9 to 5 job and that stable check coming in every, week or two so that you could pay the bills and support your family. But maybe now it's time to start dreaming your little dream, whether that's going to go travel and, just daydreaming about that. And now it's finally time to act on it. I think you're getting a little bit excited because usually these dreams have been kind of, boiling up to the surface for quite some time. So it looks like in the recent past, you came to that pivot point where you're like, it's now or never. And so it looks like you said, let's do this. Let's look at the present energy, Gemini, and see what you have going on for March here in the present. Okay, I have Temperance here. And so this is just saying, you're getting in a state where you might be getting a little bit excited. That can evoke a little bit of overwhelm. It can be, like I said before, it can be where you're kind of like, if I don't do this now, it's never going to happen. I've been trying to do this forever. I've been wanting this, dream to come true. I've been wanting to travel. I've been wanting to buy a home. I've been wanting, fill in the blank there, and this is just saying, hey, get a little bit steady here. We need to steady out the mind and the heart a little bit and get those energies in a balanced state so that they can flow and play out for you. So you might be just be getting a little bit overwhelmed. It's okay. That fire energy can be a little bit like, uneasy there, but you just need to kind of temper down a little bit and allow these things to play out for you. Okay. Remain open-minded again. So let's look at the near future for you, Gemini, for the month of March. Oh, I have the Three of Pentacles. So it looks like this thing might really come out together. This might be a collaboration that you're looking to do, or you're looking to work with others. Or this might be involving family or friends or just, co-workers. Maybe you guys are striking out on your own. Maybe you've, worked for another company for a really long time and you're like, hey, you know what? This has been great and all, and I've learned a lot of things, but maybe, we can do this better. Maybe we can bring a fresh perspective to this uh, business and we can, bring forth fresh ideas. And so you're each kind of coming together with your own skills and abilities and maybe making that dream come true. This can also be something where maybe you're looking to travel and now you're looking to kind of collectively get together with maybe your family. Maybe you're like, let's take a big trip, let's go on a cruise. And we've been wanting to have a little family reunion for some time. So now's a perfect excuse to do this. And so this can be a lot of things, but it looks like it's going to be this state of where you're getting into a place where you're going to collectively collaborate. And this can even be that you're collaborating in going off in a business on your own. Maybe this is a creative endeavor, but it may mean that you need to collaborate with others in order to kind of get your name out there, in order to kind of let people know that you're here. Hey, this is what I have to offer. And so these other people that have already kind of put in the footwork and have a really good reputation can also be conducive to your success in getting your name out there, so that people can kind of hear who you are, what you're about, and what you have to offer. Okay, in the underlying energy here for the overall, I have the Page of Pentacles, and this is saying here, just be open to these new opportunities and new ways of doing things. Okay, you may have done things very specifically a certain way, which has gotten you to where you've been, but in order to go down a new path and have it really succeed for us, and it needs to be kind of a new experience. And so we're always learning and we're always growing. And so this is just saying here that, this is an opportunity to put new skills into play. Now, whether you need to do a little bit of research, like say you're going to do that new business and you need to learn how to make a business plan, apply for a loan so you can get funding, or whether this is, hey, we want to take this trip, we want to do this thing, how do we make this happen? So it's just really doing your due diligence and doing the necessary research so that you can be really solid in your plan. Getting those details into place can also calm you down in a way that maybe you're not so, just quick to act on things and then later regret them. You're going to be able to be well thought out so that this endeavor can be successful. You may also be in a position where they're asking you to be open to receiving information from other people. That can be guidance. You might be seeking out a mentor so that someone who has maybe been there, done that, can help guide you along the process to streamline things so that way you're not making any mistakes. So just be open to all of what is necessary to make whatever this dream is of yours to come true. Okay, so this may involve here with the Three of Pentacles coming out in the near future. This may involve you needing to to be open to other people helping you. Okay. You may not be able to do it all on your own, and that's okay. Let's get some advice for you, Gemini, for the month of March. Advice for Gemini, please. Oh, here we go. Cards are jumpy today. All right, we've got the strength card. Okay, so this is asking you to just be courageous, be bold, be fearless, be courageous. And, know that you can do this. Know that this can be successful. Don't get in your own way. Sometimes we can lose, traction a little bit when we're getting kind of burdened down with like, oh, now or never. And these fears kick in and maybe we hesitate a little bit. But this is saying use that inner strength and reserve that you have, that you already know that you're capable of, and really use that in this situation to do that. Also, in the card of strength, it's not only like an external energy of like being courageous and bold, but it's also an energy of saying, hey, know when to step forward and take action and when to step back, and doing so in a loving and compassionate way with yourself and others, especially if you're going to work in a collaborative effort in any sort of way with other people. Is you need to be a kind of compassionate leader, if that makes sense. And it's being kind of an interdependent, I think is what they call it, where it's basically saying, hey, you're in a group effort, but all of your skills and abilities are needed for this to really, really succeed and take off. So it's not only being kind and respectful and of your own abilities, but also being kind and respectful and uplifting of other people's abilities. So this is asking you to have that inner strength and courage and see this thing through, but don't act hastily, okay? Make sure you have your ducks in a row. Let's take a look at what's hidden, Gemini, for the month of March, just in case there's something that maybe you're missing and you're not seeing clearly that will help. I have the devil coming out here. Okay, so the devil card is usually coming out when we're kind of getting ourselves in a little bit of a rut. Okay, so this can be something where maybe you're just trying to control the situation and how it plays out, so much so that it's putting you in a place of, it could be anything. It could be self-doubt. It could be down talking yourself, downplaying the situation, saying it's never going to happen for me. My dreams will never come true. And you're just kind of not thinking that, this is really possible because it's just maybe never happened before or played out before. Or maybe you're hitting a few bumps in the road, but just because we feel a little bit of resistance and we feel some bumps in the road and we experience some, dead ends and we have to kind of move around them and pivot, it doesn't necessarily mean that the path that you're going down is wrong. It just means that, hey, you know what? You have to be willing to be open to new possibilities, open to receiving advice, open to something new or needing to learn something new in order to make this successful. Okay. So maybe just don't fall into that energy of kind of like that negative, talking and mindset, so that you can make sure that this plays out successfully. You also want to make sure to be careful here in this situation that you're also not just trying to just force something to happen. You're not just saying, hey, you know what, I quit my job, I need to start this new business, I only have so much time, I need to start bringing in money, and then you're just really making it this like thing where you're just trying to push and force these things to play out, when really we need to kind of step back and surrender and allow these things to play out the way that they're supposed to. Okay, so that may be a little bit challenging for you here in what's hidden, and so you need to really get over that little bit of a hurdle, but I'm confident that you can, because the energies here are really playing out nicely. Let's look and see what you don't see coming for the month of March, Gemini. Ooh. Oh, that flew off. And actually it's down on the ground, but what came out was the Emperor. So what this is saying is what you don't see coming in the month of March is that you're really going to step into that power. You're really going to get that new sense of strength if you allow yourself to, and to be open-minded on how this plays out. Be patient. And if you're patient with the process and you just take the necessary steps that you need to take, that this will play out. But you need to take charge of this, but do it in a way that is smart. Not just taking action in a way to take action and force things to happen. But it's saying that you're going to be very successful in this if you can just muster up that strength and courage to kind of roll with the punches a little bit, Gemini. But overall, the month of March looks really promising for you. So I hope you enjoyed your reading, Gemini. And until I see you next time, take care.